Have you ever wished you were unflappable, able to face any challenge life throws at you with unwavering composure? This is not just a far-off dream. Through the ancient philosophy of Stoicism and the power of the rational mind, it's a reality you can embrace. This journey we're embarking on is more than just a deep dive into Stoicism. It's a pathway to becoming truly unstoppable. So stay with us until the end, because by the time we're done, you'll possess the tools to turn life's obstacles into stepping stones, and the courage to face adversity with an unshakable smile. Rationality versus emotions. Emotions, often considered overwhelming and unpredictable, can actually become powerful tools if understood correctly. Together, we will delve into the secret language of emotions and learn how to convert this raw emotional energy into a productive force that empowers rather than inhibits us. The human brain has developed a highly sophisticated cognitive architecture, the neocortex, which has been key to our survival and a foundation of our uniqueness. But we also bear the legacy of older primal structures, the reptilian and mammalian brain, that process our emotions. Unrestrained, these emotions can commandeer our decisions and judgments, leading to hasty and regrettable actions. The discipline of rational thinking is, thus, our saving grace. It is our compass in the stormy seas of emotion, a beacon that lights the way toward better decision-making. However, to harness this potential, we need to train our minds. It's not about suppressing emotions, our evolutionary inheritance, but rather about understanding them, acknowledging them, and ultimately managing them. This begins with the recognition of our emotional nature. Our emotions are designed to be loud, to capture our attention. They are the brain's sirens that alert us to potential threats or rewards. However, they are processed in different regions of our brain from cognitive functions, creating a paradox where we must interpret the language of emotion using the tools of rationality. Even the most rational individuals cannot fully divorce emotions from decision-making. But what sets them apart is a heightened sense of introspection, a way to diminish the influence of these emotions in their decision-making processes. They wield the power to control their impulses, unlike irrational individuals whose decisions are often dictated by emotional biases and the ego. Developing this awareness involves tuning into emotional trigger points and physical responses. That tightening in your chest, the sudden onset of tears, or even a hesitating voice are all signs of burgeoning emotional reactions. Catching them early helps prevent escalation, allowing for more measured responses. When we become aware of these trigger points, it's critical to distance ourselves from the situation, especially in the initial stages. It's about finding a sanctuary, a mental space where we can dig deep into these triggers and understand their roots. Often, it involves grappling with our ego and accepting reality rather than fostering illusions. It's worth picturing rationality and emotion as riders and horses. The horse, brimming with energy and passion, represents our emotional side. The rider, on the other hand, symbolizes the rational side, exercising control and restraint. These two must work in unison for the carriage of our minds to move forward productively. Effective rationality is not innate. It requires practice and maturity. It is about looking at circumstances through an objective lens, coming to clear and unbiased conclusions. With such clarity and confidence, we can transmute negative emotions into positive ones as our perspective aligns more closely with reality. Emotions fuel effective reasoning, while reasoning refines and directs our emotional responses. Transitioning from this understanding of the human mind, let's delve into the philosophy of Stoicism. Founded by Zeno of Cyprus, Stoicism teaches us to temper our reactions to external events, to strive for inner peace and emotional equanimity, irrespective of the turbulence of our circumstances. It is a doctrine of acceptance, indifference to external events, and unwavering calm in the face of adversity. Philosophy of Stoicism. This interplay between rational thinking and emotions is central to the philosophy of Stoicism. The Stoic philosophy urges us to focus on the one thing we can control, our reaction to situations. Stoics view negative emotions as raw materials to be shaped and molded into unique perspectives. It requires us to centralize our energies on what we can control rather than fretting about the uncontrollable. It pushes us to process negative emotions stemming from adverse experiences and transform them into enlightening perspectives. This is more than just thinking positively. It's a strategic process that involves aligning our emotions with our cognitive abilities, turning raw, unfiltered feelings into refined thoughts that lead to constructive action. Stoicism was and is a democratic philosophy, accessible to everyone from slaves to emperors. It pioneered the ideas of equality and inclusivity, even coining the term cosmopolitan. Stoics were trailblazers, challenging societal norms by advocating for women's right to study philosophy. The Stoics advise us not to place our happiness in the fickle hands of external forces. They champion the concept of voluntary discomfort, seeking out challenging situations or discomfort voluntarily to foster gratitude and mental resilience. The Stoic philosophy centers around 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom here is about recognizing what's within our control. Courage emphasizes persistence and resistance. Temperance is the art of doing more with less, and justice encourages us to do good unto others. Each virtue is a compass needle pointing us towards a life lived in harmony with our values and principles. Practicing these virtues fosters resilience, gives us the courage to persist in the face of adversity, and guides us in our interactions with others. The cultivation of these virtues is at the heart of building an undefeatable character, the Stoic way. Stoicism has found a new lease of life in modern times, providing the backbone for therapeutic practices such as rational emotive behavior therapy, REBT, and logotherapy. REBT helps identify and challenge negative thought patterns, while logotherapy assists in finding purpose even in challenging situations. Now, how can you apply Stoicism to develop an undefeatable character? The Stoic way requires the cultivation of virtue, embracing adversity, practicing detachment, and a conscious application of these principles in the hustle and bustle of today's world. It can guide us to navigate past and present adversities, emphasize intrinsic self-worth, and ultimately lead us to a happier and more fulfilling life. Remember Epictetus's wise words: "The chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control." This is the essence of Stoicism, the foundation on which you can build an unstoppable character. And in doing so, you are not only mastering yourself, but becoming a beacon for others, embodying an ancient philosophy in a modern world, exemplifying the strength of Stoicism in your everyday life. Well, now consider a scenario where you are facing a tight deadline at work and things are getting stressful. The Stoic way to approach this situation would be to focus on what you can control, which is how you manage your time and how much effort you put into the task. You cannot control unforeseen obstacles, the complexity of the task, or the deadline set by your boss. However, you can control your reaction to these challenges. Instead of succumbing to stress, you can adopt a calm, rational mindset and strategize your way through the work. In essence, the interplay of rationality, emotions, and Stoic philosophy gives us a blueprint to become unstoppable. By practicing and cultivating rational thinking, understanding and harnessing our emotions, and by embracing the Stoic principles of accepting external events, focusing on our reactions, and striving for virtue, we can build an undefeatable character and live a more fulfilling life. However, remember this transformation does not come easy though. Stoicism requires constant practice and deliberate effort. It's about adopting a disciplined lifestyle, practicing voluntary discomfort to increase our mental fortitude, and separating what we can control from what we cannot. It demands us to reassess our definition of success, basing it on the efforts put in rather than just external outcomes. It challenges us to constantly push our boundaries, to learn and to grow, evolving into individuals who can face any obstacle life throws at us. So on this journey to becoming unstoppable, remember the wisdom of the Stoics, the power of the rational mind, and the importance of emotional intelligence. The path might be challenging, but the rewards are truly immeasurable. It's time to step into the arena of life with the mind of a Stoic, to become the masters of our destiny, and to be truly unstoppable. Remember, this journey is not one you have to embark on alone. Here at GrowthGetters, we're committed to providing you with the tools and knowledge you need to transform your life. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button and share it with others who may benefit from these principles. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video designed to make you stronger, wiser, and truly unstoppable. Until next time, keep growing, and remember to always push the boundaries of what you believe is possible.